Welcome to the Pyramyd Insider Airgunners. My name's Tyler Patner, and today we're going to be giving you a brief overview of all of the PCP fill options that are out there. Because if you're a new PCP owner or you're looking to get into it and you don't know anything about this stuff, it can be quite daunting to try and get all that information. So we're going to do the best we can in a short series of videos to break this down for you. Now, the important thing to know, there are three types of fill devices that you will see on our website. The first, hand pumps. We'll go through that in a minute. The second you will see are compressors. There are a couple types of compressors that we'll go over in a separate video. I'll give you the pros and cons today, but just know compressors, this is the new emerging field. And then we have compressed air tanks as well. And these are larger sources of air than what you're going to find on the guns themselves. Now, let's talk some positives and negatives for each of these before we dive into separate videos covering these more in depth. Okay. Now let's start with a brief overview of hand pumps. These are high pressure hand pumps. I know it looks like a bike pump that you'd use to pump your bike tires, but many of these are capable of 3,000 PSI or more, all the way up to 4,500 PSI in many cases. So these can be a great ever-ready source of air for your PCP air guns. But the very obvious and apparent downside is that they are labor intensive. You are doing the work, and that's not something everybody enjoys. I don't enjoy it. I did it for a while when I first got into PCPs, and I promptly stopped because I wanted to shoot, I didn't want to pump. So something to keep in mind there, but a great source of air on the go if you need it. You can fold up the bases on a lot of these and take it with you as well. So some nice benefits there to hand pumps. Like I said, it's always there and at your fingertips when you need it. But, and we'll dive into some more downsides here when we actually focus on these hand pumps and show you how to use them. Like I said, labor intensive. Know that going in. May not be the best choice for you depending on your physical condition and how much time you want to spend filling your gun. Let's talk about air tanks. Next up, we have compressed air tanks. Now, the ones we have in front of us today are carbon fiber wrapped aluminum bladder tanks, but you can also get a like steel or aluminum tank as well, but know that those fill to lower pressure, so you're not gonna get as much use out of them, especially with more modern PCPs that have higher fill pressures. So, a few things to note about these tanks, right? Fairly lightweight. Like I said, it's an aluminum bladder, so a liner with carbon wrapped over it. Keeps that weight down, but they are very tough, very rugged. You'll see firefighters going into burning buildings with these tanks on their backs. So not something you have to truly worry about from a safety standpoint in terms of your normal use as an air gunner. But these are great as they are very easily transportable and they give you a lot of air volume and pressure when you need it to fill your guns, right? And it's also the fastest fill source that we have. There is no pumping to do, and it's much faster filling than a compressor, so you can air up quickly and go. The downside here is that you do get a finite number of fills from one of these tanks before you have to refill the tank. And how you refill that tank is important, whether you're going to a dive shop, a fire department, something like that. We'll dive into more of those options when we talk about these guys in depth, but know that these are a great option for the air gunner on the go. Okay. Now, our last fill source we're going to cover, and probably the most popular, are compressors. Now, what you see in front of you is a small selection of PCP compressors that are out there right now, but they range anywhere from kind of the ultra affordable, which is about $500 to benchmark it for you, ultra affordable and compact and portable compressor, all the way up to something even bigger than this Hill compressor or this JTS Comp 100 that you see in front of you. These are compressors that I will call hybrid compressors, meaning they can fill your guns or they can fill some bottles, some sizes of bottles, depending on how much pressure you need. These portable compressors, these are going to be great for the guns only. You're not going to be able to refill carbon bottles off of them. But when we talk about compressors more in depth, we'll talk more about the cost benefit of having one of these compared to a tank. And also we're going to go over compressors that are capable of filling those tanks as well. More detail coming, don't you guys worry. This is just a brief introduction and overview to the varying fill sources that we have for PCP air guns. So hopefully you found it helpful a little bit, and stay tuned for the next video in the series where we cover each of these more in depth. All right, that went good. I felt, oh. Hey, sorry, I forgot, before we go, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, let us know what more information you're interested in about any one of these specific groups or all of them. Of course, we'll probably cover it anyway, but just in case I'm forgetting something. So you'll see this one first, so maybe tell us what we could add to some of these if you've not heard it before or seen it before, and we'll try and incorporate it. But don't forget to subscribe, do all the things, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.